If you're wanting to do things differently to get different results in your life, you're in the right place because today we're talking all about identity. So, identity is who not only we think we are, but who we believe other people think we are. And if you want to change your life and want to get different results, but you're not quite sure what that looks like yet, I have the perfect exercise for you. My name is Paulina. I'm a life coach who specializes in empowering women to live their best lives. And sometimes when we want something different, all we know is that we don't want what we have right now. We want something a little bit maybe more akin to the person we're meant to be. We have these desires in our heart, but we're not sure what that looks like. So I'm here to share one of my favorite exercises and an exercise that I practice. What you're gonna need is a notebook or some paper and any art supplies of your choice. And before you start telling me you have no art supplies, you're not creative, maybe you can do this on a computer or something like that, no. The whole point of this is we're tapping into our creative side, the part of us deep down that already knows what to be, and we're going to discover multiple pathways of who we could be. So it's really important to not only do this with your hands and a piece of paper in the physical world, so not using a computer, but also to tap into that creative side, because not only I'm not a creative person, and so when I started doing this, I was literally doing it at like the level of a grade 1, grade 2 person. But the whole point of using your creativity and using actual art skills, so that could be maybe you get out some paint, maybe you get out just some plain color pencils, some markers, whatever, is that you're learning to use this muscle of creativity that you might not have used in the last 20 years, 10 years, or maybe ever in your life. So get out whatever creative supplies you have and a piece of paper or a notebook, and we're going to draw our dream self. We're going to draw not only one but 3 different versions of our dream self. If you're feeling really stuck, start with you right now, and it can literally be a stick version of self, which is what I started with, and then add one thing that's different. Give yourself a little bit of time to do this, and again, enjoy the feeling of using a color pencil, using painting. Don't worry or judge what it looks like, if it's good or bad, because we don't want to judge ourselves in real life. So again, this is tangible. We're doing the physical world, but it also represents how we believe ourselves to be, again, going to identity currently in our lives. So how often, if you have thoughts of judgment, if you're doing good or bad at this, or maybe you don't even want to try because you're not going to be good at this, that same thinking and rationale applies in your everyday life. Where are you not taking risks because you don't believe you're going to be good at it? Where are you not trying something different because you already know you're going to fail, so why even try, right? So try this practice, because what we do in the physical represents the spiritual and our beliefs about ourselves. So start with a drawing of yourself, maybe close to what you are right now, or if you already know what your dream self looks like, go there and do that. For me, when I first did this exercise, I was very much in my square mode. I'm not only a life coach, but I'm a lawyer. And I used to think only logically, and I used to only do things in a very logical, practical way. If it didn't make sense to me and I didn't understand the full why I was doing it, or I thought nothing could come of it, I wouldn't even try. So I was told that I was not creative. And when you think you're not creative, you're not going to come up with any creative solutions. So my first drawing of self was literally a stick figure, but I did lots of wavy hair because I was like this prim, proper, buttoned up, very corporate girl. And she had beaded necklaces and all these things. And if you've watched me or know me in the last little while, I usually wear my hair like with a little natural wave. I'll wear some beaded jewelry. So that was my look for a while. I was going, what I really wanted, what was coming out on paper, was going from this square, buttoned up, very prim, proper, think like lawyer in a courtroom, a lot of black person, to this wavy, free-spirited, very loose and carefree person. And that's what I did for a while. And when I wanted to kind of do things a little bit more differently or amp up my path in life to get closer to this dream version of self, and you'll always have a dream version of next level self. It's never going to be finished. So you can come back to this exercise anytime you want to get clear on this vision of who you're becoming. So I did it maybe a few weeks ago, and what was coming up was very sleek and polished, like powerful, owning that little bit of corporate and practical side of me. So I'm starting to wear my hair more straight. Still got the wave to it because I'm still in transition, but think straight, think really tailored clothing. And why we do this is, and again, you're going to do this 3 separate times. We'll get into that in a second. I'm going to write that down so I don't forget. Why you're doing this is because we have the clear vision of who we are and then, or who we want to become. So for me, it's going to be sleek, it's going to be polished, it's going to be powerful, it's going to be taking those action steps. And that is the vision of myself. She's got more tailored clothing. She looks really polished because she takes care of herself, because she has the money and time to do so. So that's my vision. So whatever vision of your future self you have, then you're going to reflect on what this person does. Like, what are their habits? If this person of my dream version of next level self is prim, polished, very powerful, maybe she goes off, gets up early in the morning and doesn't hit snooze on her alarm. Maybe she is the type of person who always does what she says she'll do. She is also likely the person who exercises, who takes time to meal prep, who sets goals and achieves them, who does hard things. So start reflecting in your life. Look at this vision that you've created. So we're going to look. We're going to close our eyes, maybe soak in that person, be that person, embody that person. And how do they wake up? How do they move about the day? How do they handle their friendships? How do they make time for their social life, their partner? Like, what are they doing in their world? And then once you have that down, you can just think about it in your mind if it comes to you easily. And if not, again, get that pen to paper. We're going to just stream it out. And then the third step is, where are you not doing those things? Or what is the gap between what this person does and what you're doing now currently? Because the secret to our success lies in our everyday routine. So if you want to be this woman, we'll use my example, who's prim, polished, really powerful. I'm not watching Netflix every night after work. I'm not. I am also not going to be avoiding seeking out opportunities for work or for my business or all of these different things, because the girl in my dream life, this next level version of self that I have in my mind and my heart, she's bad bitch. She's going after what she wants. She's taking all the action. So reflect on what this person in your next level self dream level does and where you're at right now, and get some examples. They can be 2, they can be 3, they can be 10, they can be 20. And then the final step is you're going to create some micro goals for yourself. So I love doing weekly goals because it's not about doing the hard things. It's about doing the daily things, the weekly things, these small things that brings you to this next level of self, that creates the person, creates the environment who does these things naturally. I want you to think, if you're a woman, I want you to think, or anyone who has ever been on a diet in their life, how hard it is to not eat dessert when you're the type of person who always eats dessert. So you're using straight willpower to not do the things you want to do, versus changing the identity of yourself to become the person who doesn't eat dessert at every meal, who takes really good care of their body and health, who cares about the way that they feel so much that they say no to things that don't make them feel good over the long term, right? So we're changing the identity of self so that your goals become natural. They become things you normally do through your everyday habits. So I'll make another video on weekly goals. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. But you're going to create small weekly goals of these things, and start with one. If you're new to this, start with one thing, and you'll know deep down in your heart, in your gut, what that one thing is that will take you from where you are right now to where you want to be, or will get you started on that path. And do it for 1 week, do it for 5 days, do it for 3 days, wherever you're at. I'll talk more about how to set weekly goals, micro goals in a bit. But you're going to do the things that are missing from this dream version of next self and where you're at right now. So again, try this exercise and do it 3 times. You don't have to go through all the steps for each one, but the reason we're going to try 3 different times is because our mind is so linear. We're taught to think so logically, and when we're in this small world where we get up every day, we go to work, we do our to-do list, we scroll on our phone, we come back home, we watch TV, we eat dinner, we're in that rut, we're in that routine. Our mind is really limited to what's possible. So if you think this is possible, this is actually what's possible, right? You have a bunch of different realities you can choose from. You always have choice in where you go, and your future is much more bright. It is much more expansive than you believe it is. So start with the drawing, and if you're having a hard time, start with exactly where you're at, but change one thing. Maybe that's bangs. Maybe that's wearing more color. Maybe that is you go on your daily walks and you're a little bit more toned, right? Whatever that is, start with that and then move a little bit further. Okay, like maybe I have always wanted to get that fun, wacky haircut and put pink in my hair. People do this and put pink in my hair. Like, what would that person's life be like? Or sit with yourself and you're like, maybe I toss this to the wind. Maybe I actually want to be a gypsy. What would that gypsy lifestyle, if gypsy life look like? And when you come up with this dream self, it's this like character of you. So let's say you come up with the fact that you want to be a gypsy, and this person like lives on a beach and doesn't have any possessions and works from their phone whenever they want to and has all these creative opportunities. Your life might not turn out exactly like that, and in fact, it probably won't, but it's going to show you over time that what you're craving is more freedom, more creativity, more flexibility in your life, less reliance on possessions to make you happy, right? So this is an exercise that's going to teach you so many things, and it's going to give you small action steps to start taking you from where from where you're at right now in this life that you want something to be different, but you're not quite sure how to get there, and where you want to go, this dream version of next self. I hope you find this helpful. Check me out on YouTube or Instagram. I write weekly newsletters on self-empowerment and how to become your dream level of next self. I hope that you like this video. Let me know if you have any questions or comments in the comments below.